Welcome to this session of Business Mathematics. This is Module 2 of Ratios. In the previous module, we have covered what is ratio, types of ratios, properties of ratios, and how we represent ratios. In this module, we would cover topics like problems in ratios, how to represent a quantity in terms of ratios, and how to convert two or more ratios into single form. We will also look on some word problems on ratios. Let us see some problems that we have in ratios. The first type of problem is determination of ratio when a magnitude or value of quantities are given. Second type of problem, determination of magnitude or quantities when rates are given. Next type of problem, adding and subtracting in terms of a ratio or magnitude of quantity. Here magnitude means values. Next type of problem is to divide a given number or quantity in a given ratio. Next type of problem is to write two or more ratios in a single form. Next, we have problems on coins or money. We have problems on averages and numbers. We have problems on ratios and mixtures. And we have problems of sacrificing ratio and gaining ratio, which is more important in the business world. Let us take an example. Suppose we have a problem like ratio between two numbers is 4:3. The difference between them is 1, 3, 13. Find the numbers. This type of word problems, first we have to understand what is given and what is asked. Let us see a solution. Here it is given that the ratio between two numbers is 4:3. Now let us suppose that the two numbers would have been 4x and 3x respectively. Now from the given condition in the question, the difference of numbers is 13. That means if I subtract 3x from 4x, my answer is 13. Let us equate them together. Here we have 4x minus 3x, which is equal to 13. From this, the value of x comes out to be 13. Now the first number is 4 times of x, that is 4 into 13, the answer is 52. And our second number is 3 times of x, that is 3 into 13, my answer is 39. Hence the two numbers are 52 and 39. Let us see the next problem. The statement is, the next problem is find the total population in town if ratio of males and females of the town is 2:5. The number of females exceeds the number of males by 9,000. So here we have to find the total population. It is given that the ratio of males to females is 2:5. And also it is given that we have 9,000 more females as compared to males. Let us see the solution. Let the number of males be x. It is given that we have 9,000 more females. That means the number of females is equal to x plus 9,000. Also, the given ratio between males and females is 2:5. It implies that we have x upon x plus 9,000. It is equal to 2 upon 5. On solving them using cross multiplication, we have 5x is equal to twice of x plus 9,000. On solving further, we have the value of x as 6,000. If you remember, we have substituted the number of males to be x. That means this 6,000 is the total number of males. Now the total population of town is total number of males plus total number of females. That means 6,000 plus 9,000. The total answer is 21,000. Hence the population of the town is 21,000. The next problem. This is a problem on ages. The problem is A's age is half of B's age. When B's age doubles, what will be the ratio of B's age to that of A's age? Now here let us suppose that B's age will be x years. That means A's age will be half of B's age, that is x upon 2 years. Now if B's age doubles, that means B will be double x plus x 2x years. Therefore A's age after x years will be x upon 2 plus x, which is equal to 3x upon 2 years. Now the ratio of B's age to A's age, that means B's age divided by A's age. So we have 2x upon 3x by 2. On solving, the value of x got cancelled, so we are left with 4 upon 3, or I can write it as 4:3. That means the ratio of ages of B and A is equal to 4:3. The next problem. The salary of two employees is 7:8 and the total salary of both of them is 3,450. What reduction in equal amount should be made in their salaries so that the salary becomes in the ratio of 5:6. In such big problems, we have to go part by part. Now let us take first part. It is given that salary of 2 employees is in the ratio 7:8. That means the salary of first employee is 7x and salary of second employee is 8x respectively. It is also given that total salary is 3,450. That means if we add both the parts, that is 7x and 8x, my answer is 3,450, which is given already. On solving this, I'll get a value of x as 230. Now the salary of first employee is 7 times of x, that is 7 times of 230, which is equal to 1610 rupees. Also the salary of second employee is 8 times of x, that is 8 into 230. The answer is rupees 1840. Here please remember, if units are mentioned in the question, at the final answer you have to mention the units also. Now the next part of this question is we have to find what equal amount should be subtracted from their salary. So let that equal reduction from their salaries be y, because we have already taken the value x. So here we are taking the value y. So let the reduction from their salaries be y rupees, so that the ratio becomes 1610 minus y divided by 1840 minus y. It is equal to 5/6, which is already given in the question. On solving this, we will get the value of y as 460. This is what is asked. What reduction in equal amount? That means our answer is the equal reduction from the salaries is rupees 460. Now the next type of question is dividing a given quantity in a given ratio. How do we do it? For example, if we have a quantity n which is to be divided into k parts in the ratio of a1 is to a2 is to a3 up till a of k, then the value of first part is equal to a1 upon a into n, second part a2 upon a into n, and so on till we have the kth part. The value of the kth part is a of k divided by a multiplied by n, where the value of small a is nothing but total of all the ratios, that is a1 plus a2 plus a3 up till a of k. Here we conclude that if we want to divide a quantity, then the share of a quantity is ratio of that quantity divided by total ratio multiplied by the total value. Now we see with an example. We have a problem that if rupees 5880 is divided among 3 workers A, B and C in the ratio 3:6:5, we have to find the share of each worker. Let us see the solution. We have the given ratio, that is 3:6:5, and the total amount is given to us as rupees 5,880. So the sum of all ratios is, we can say that it's the total ratio, it is 3 plus 6 plus 5, which is equal to 14. Now we know that share of a quantity is equal to ratio of the quantity divided by total ratio multiplied by the total value. Therefore share of capital A is equal to ratio of capital A divided by total ratio multiplied by the total value. So we have 3 upon 14 multiplied by 5880. The answer is rupees 1260. Similarly, share of capital B is equal to ratio of capital B divided by total ratio multiplied by the total value. So we have the value of capital B as rupees 2520. Also, share of capital C is equal to ratio of capital C divided by total ratio multiplied by the total value, that is 5 upon 14 multiplied by 5880. We get the answer as 2100. Hence the share of capital A is 1260, share of capital B is 2520, and share of capital C is 2100. The next problem. The ratio of ages of A, B and C 6 years before was 2:3:5. The sum of their present age is 168 years. We have to find their present ages. Now let us understand what is given in the question. Here it is given that 6 years ago the ratio of ages was 2:3:5. Now in the present age, if you add all the ages, you will get the answer as 168. You have to find the present age of A, B and C. Let us see the solution. Let the present age be capital A, capital B and capital C. Okay, it is in years. 6 years ago or 6 years back, A's age is present age of A minus 6, that is A minus 6. and B's age was present age of B minus 6, that is B minus 6, and 6 years ago the age of C was C's present age minus 6, that is C minus 6. It is given that the present total age of A, B and C, that is A plus B plus C, is equal to 168. Now total age before 6 years was A minus 6 plus B minus 6 plus C minus 6, that is A plus B plus C minus of 18, it is equal to 168 minus 18. That means our answer is 150 years. Here the total ratio of ages 6 years ago was 2 plus 3 plus 5, that is 10. Therefore A's age was 2 upon 10 into 150, that is 30 years. B's age was 3 upon 10 into 150, that is 45 years, and C's age was 5 upon 10 into 150, that is 75 years. Now in the question it is asked that what is the present age. These ages which we have calculated is 6 years ago. Now in the present age we have to add 6 to all the ages. That means A's present age is equal to 30 plus 6, that is 36 years. B's age 45 plus 6, that is 51 years, and C's present age is equal to 75 plus 6, that is 81 years. The next type of important problems is to write two or more ratios in a single form. This is very important because most of the real world problems deal with this. So here let us take an example that we have a ratio A1 is to A2, that is 4 is to 5, A2 is to A3 is 6 is to 9, and A3 is to A4 as 15 is to 19. Then we have to find the ratio A1 is to A2 is to A3 is to A4, that is a continuous ratio. So we proceed as follows. First step, we first write the first three ratios in the given form, that is A1, A2, A3, A4. We have the ratio of A1 and A2 as 4 is to 5, ratio of A2 and A3 6 is to 9, and ratio of A3 and A4 as 15 is to 19. Now second step, we find the value of A3 assuming that the value of A2 is 5. How do we do it? 9 divided by 6 multiplied by 5, that is 9 divided by 6 multiplied by 5. We divide the value of 9 by its left element and we multiply it by the upper element. So it's 9 upon 6 into 5, that is 15 by 2. This 15 by 2 is set as the value of A3. So in the next step we will find the value of A4 assuming that the value of A3 is 15 by 2, which we have just calculated in the above step. So we have A1 is to A2 as 4 is to 5, A2 is to A3 again it's 5 is to 15 by 2. Now the initial ratio was given as 15 is to 19. In the same manner which we have done in the above step, we will do 19 upon 15 multiplied by 15 by 2, that is 19 upon 15 into 15 by 2. 15 got cancelled, so our answer left with is 19 upon 2. Now we write the values in terms of ratios. Here we got A1 is to A2 is to A3 is to A4 as 4 is to 5 is to 15 by 2 is to 19 by 2. Since we have already seen in properties of ratio that we represent ratio as whole numbers, so converting this into whole numbers we get 4 into 2, 5 into 2, 15 by 2 into 2 and 19 by 2 into 2. We have just taken the LCM and divided by the common factor. Hence our numbers reduced to 8 is to 10 is to 15 is to 19. This is the required compound ratio. Let us see another example. There are three friends A, B and C that play cricket. The runs scored by capital A and B are in the ratio 3 is to 2. Runs scored by B and C are also in the same ratio as that of A and B. Together they make a score of 418 runs. How many runs did each score individually? So in this question the ratio between two quantities A and B is given to you. It is given that the ratio between B and C is same as that of A and B, and also the total runs scored by them is 418. Now we have to find how much run each of the player had scored. Let us see how. First we have to make a continuous ratio. So we write first two ratios in the form. It is given as 3 is to 2. The ratio between A2 and A3 is also same, that is again 3 is to 2. Now what we do? We will find the ratio of A3 assuming that the value of A2 is 2. So it is 2 divided by 3 multiplied by 2. That means my answer is 4 by 3. So the ratio at A3 is 4 by 3. So what ratio values we have? We have A1 is to A2 is to A3 as 3 is to 2 is to 4 by 3. Since this is in fraction, so we have to convert it into a whole number. So by multiplying all values by 3, we have 9 is to 6 is to 4. Now what we have to do, once we have found out the required ratio, we just have to divide 418 runs into this ratio. That means we have sum of the ratios as 9 plus 6 plus 4, that is 19. We know that share of a quantity is the ratio of quantity divided by total ratio multiplied by the total value. Therefore, runs scored by capital A is equal to 9 upon 19 multiplied by 418, that is 198 runs. Runs scored by capital B is equal to 6 upon 19 multiplied by 418, that is 132 runs. And runs scored by capital C is equal to 4 upon 19 multiplied by 418, the answer is 88. Hence their individual scores are capital A 198 runs, capital B 132 runs and capital C 88 runs respectively. Next problem is on coins and num. Now we come to the next problem. The next problem is a bag contains rupees 1, 50 paisa and 25 paisa coins in the ratio of 5 is to 6 is to 7. If their total value is rupees 117, we have to find how many coins are there of each type. Let us understand the question first. So we have 1 rupee coin, 50 paisa coin and 25 paisa coin. The ratio is also given. The ratio is 5 is to 6 is to 7. If you add up all the coins we have, the total amount is rupees 117. We have to find that in this amount how many 1 rupee coins are there, how many 50 paisa coins are there and how many 25 paisa coins are there. So given the total value of it is 117. First we have to find the ratio. It is already given. The ratio of coins is 1 rupee, 50 paisa and 25 paisa in the ratio of 5 is to 6 is to 7. So let us suppose that the total number of coins of each type is 5x, 6x and 7x respectively. Therefore, the value of 1 rupee coin is 5x upon 1. That means to make 1 rupee, we require only 1 coin of 1 rupee. So it is 5x upon 1, that is 5x. The value of 50 paisa coin is 6x upon 2, as we require 2 50 paisa coins to make it into a 1 rupee. So it is 6x upon 2, that is 3x. And also the value of 25 paisa coin is equal to 7x upon 4, as we require 4 25 paisa coins to make it into a 1 rupee. Now the total value of the coins is 5x plus 3x plus 7x upon 4. It is equal to 117, which is already given. On solving this, we get the value of x as 12. Therefore, the number of 1 rupee coin is 5x, that is 5 into 12, which is 60. Number of 50 paisa coins is 6x, that is 6 into 12, which is equal to 72. And the number of 25 paisa coins is 7x, that is 84 rupees. So in this session we have done 2 modules of ratio. Please do practice problems of ratios. Till then, happy learning. Thank you.